grab ice cream, get up, do whatever you need to do, be comfortable. Jenny Ravenhorse has a little announcement for you all.
So on behalf of the parents and all of the players, where'd you go? We just want to thank all of you for all of the support that you have poured into this system. Countless hours that go unrecognized, but we love you, and we have gathered a little bit of spending cash, not much, but we have also, more importantly, put together a book with really heartfelt memories and notes from the girls. You are going to love reading those. They're very special. So thank you to all of you. Thank you so much.
I'm not going to read that right now because I won't get through this. So, okay, I'm going to need to move my podium. One of my favorite hobbies is cross-stitching, and I'm constantly moving my threads, so this should work.
Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. Your wife made me cry. You know my dad would always say, one would always say,
Okay. So we have quite a bit of an agenda. Thank you for doing that. I will graciously accept on behalf of our coaching staff, and they'll all speak tonight too, but we love coaching these girls. And I've loved our journey into Silver Creek and where it's going. So I just want to welcome everybody and thank you for coming. I think one of the things I'm proud of is that I feel like we're building a small volleyball community here at Silver Creek, and a thing that girls can be proud to walk into, and that they're thriving in. And I hope I can say that for them. I feel like it's not there yet, but we're getting there. So thank you for coming. So the first thing I'd like to just kind of acknowledge is our parents. Girls, I want you to just turn to your parents and give them a big thank you. It's not just a commitment by the girls to be here, it's the parents to get them here, to pick them up, to deliver meals, to fill up their water bottles, to carry their bags sometimes, to cry on your shoulder. And I really feel like when we build a community in volleyball, I'm not building a volleyball team. I'm building a program that kids can thrive in, and there's three prongs to that. It's our coaching staff, it's the athletes that walk in, and we get to benefit from them, and I hope they get to benefit from us, and then the parents who support on the other side. And we couldn't do it without any of us. And so, parents, I just really appreciate the support. I'm just going to go through a list of things that you guys do to support the vision that we have for this program. Our team dinners, the Campies and the Taylors, and Gonzalez has organized our first team dinner this year, and it was really great. Ravenhorse and Jimenez is in the boards for our second team dinner. That was a lot of fun as well. I think those are the memories that a lot of our girls cherish. And I just want to acknowledge, Lindsay put the slideshow together, so I need to just say shout out to Coach Lindsay, because you guys are being entertained as you see. We had a lot of great moments this year, and she's captured them all lovely. Meredith, I just want to say thank you she came up to me about 3 weeks before season got over, and she's like, hey, can we just maybe do some team dinners on home games? And I think it's a fabulous idea that we're kind of playing around with. And then Brian and Mallet kind of stepped in on away games after Meredith went out and bought sandwiches for the girls at, I think it was Horizon. And we fed our girls well for a really low cost. And I think it improved our level of play. Like, I worry about that as a coach, that our kids are not eating enough before games. And this is a physically taxing game that requires a lot from them. So I very much appreciate the togetherness that our team dinners create and the fun that the girls have. We have great pictures of them eating pizza and pasta, and so it's great fun. We had a lot of our parents step up line judging. As you know, every game that we have at home, we have to have 4 to 6 of our adults that volunteer their time to get the best seats in the house, I might say. But they also get to hear all the stuff that we coaches say or shouldn't say sometimes. But Ben Pedra, Rodrigo Ordonez, Jessica, Jeremy Wilson, Jamie White, and Brian and Heather Mallett, thank you so much for just stepping up. There wasn't a single game this year where I had to really be poking at somebody right before a game, and so I really appreciate that. It helps us be better coaches. Yeah. I was very sad to miss the homecoming float this year, but I know Coach Ken and Mr. Pedrick just killed it, and the girls looked great in their dress. And I know there were others that helped with that. I know Snowden Campbell and Shelley Taylor and Rebecca Gonzalez and Tricia Mendez helped with decorations and getting things going for the girls. And I got to receive all the great pictures, so you might see some of those on the slide. Our Dig Pink initiative this year was fabulous. There's a lot of effort that goes into that behind the scenes. And Mary Heron Hunter is the one who kind of did all of our marketing. She did all the posters. She is fabulous at that. Trish was really instrumental in kind of pulling everything together for us and working with Roberta's Legacy. And Cameron Wasaklo and Meredith Campy and myself were just kind of working to get sponsors. And so last year we raised right around $1,000 that we donated to them, and this year we donated almost $2,200. So, yay. And like one of the things that I want girls that you get to be special. This is a special thing for you, is that you get to affect the community around you. When we make those donations, it's not just to Roberta's Legacy. It's about women helping women, and some men too, because breast cancer affects a lot of people. And so know what you're contributing to, and know that it's a pretty special thing to have Silver Creek High School attached to that. So for senior night, our senior parents killed it. I thought we had so much fun that night, and I don't want to spend too much time because that's very bittersweet, because I think of you guys as my girls. I loved the photo booth, and I also loved that one of the parents proposed giving the seniors, the opposite team, a little send-off, and I'd love to keep that tradition. I think it speaks highly of what we're about, and so senior parents, great job. That was fun. And then from a head coaching standpoint, 2 years ago, I got a phone call and they asked me to come apply for this job. And I was not prepared, and I wasn't even thinking about being a volleyball coach. And I prayed about it. Because I was like, okay, both my boys are in college, and my husband and I have been through this, and it was a journey for 17 years that we've taken, and I'm so thankful that I stepped back into that role. I love it. I just really appreciate the support that everybody has given us to create the hours that the girls put in. I know we ask a lot, but I also think we provide a lot of opportunity for kids to grow, and I just am proud of the girls for stepping into those opportunities, for building themselves, for just being inspired and inspiring us. So I appreciate that. The second prong is my coaching staff. I couldn't do it without these guys. Coach Will's been here for 3 years. This is his 3rd season. Coach Markle, her 2nd season. And for those of you who don't know, she started in January. She led all of our weight training and agility training in the off season. And if you ask the girls, they'll tell you that it did wonders for us. We can do things that last year we couldn't do. I have a whole squad of girls that can do 10 push-ups and they look like they know how to do them. I couldn't say that last year. So the amount of time and effort and just intention on building the program and building an impact where kids could just grow physically and mentally. I got two right here. Coach Greco is brand new to us this year, and what a great addition she is to our team. You know, it was a learning curve for her too, and I think one of the things I really love about her is that she goes and finds the answers to the questions that helps the kids grow. She's not afraid to take instruction and learn herself, and I think that's a great strength of a coach. And then finally, Coach Ken. We had this great debate this summer about whether we should coach together. If you saw us play together, like we're super competitive, and yeah, it's fun. But I'm so glad that he volunteered his time this year. I keep telling him, like, I could pay you if you'd let me. But maybe another year. But Coach Ken is the jokester that is a great balance to my seriousness, because I do get serious, and I'm all about volleyball. Like, just to give you a picture of how he likes to load, we were doing serve-receive practice with the machine. Girls know exactly where I'm going. And we finished, we got our goal, and all of a sudden Coach Ken is launching them, trying to make basketball shots at the end of the thing, bouncing it off the board, and the girls are like rolling.
All the guys in here, you would do the same. That was
He's like the 10-year-old Aubrey boy that walks through the practice and kind of disrupts and has great fun. So I really appreciate that. It lightens the load. But I appreciate the time, the energy in the season, the off season. I feel like I'm surrounded by very committed people, and that helps grow the machine. So, and the girls, I just want to say thank you to you guys for coming together as a team. This year was very different than last year, and I think the girls will tell you. I met with probably a third of them in postseason individually, and I think one of the resounding themes that I heard in those conversations is, Coach, it was fun. This year was a lot of fun. There wasn't a lot of drama. We really like each other. I've made friends that transcend the volleyball court, and we talk to each other in the hallway and love on each other, and we're a team. And so I met with our seniors in June, and I always have our seniors pick our team theme. And some of those seniors are no longer with us, but their team theme was Together as One. And what a fitting theme for our season. I'm just really proud that the girls just took it and made it their own. And I've watched our upperclassmen really welcome our lowerclassmen, and I think that builds the camaraderie that we really like. Like, high school sports should not be all about competition. It should be about the relationships we build. It should be about building ourselves by elevating others around us, and I think that's what these kids did. And so I felt like we had a great season all the way through. Like, I don't just think winning defines a great season. I think growth is a better indicator sometimes, and growth will eventually lead to the type of season that I think some of these girls can imagine. And but on the flip side of that, I feel like we had to navigate a lot of ups and downs this year. We had some players quit the team. We had some players get sick. We had 11 players that could not finish the season, which is a lot. I've never ever had that in the history of my coaching experience. And we, at the varsity level at least, had to change our lineup 3 different times. And in an 8-week season, the consistency in volleyball gets disrupted. And I felt like the girls just kind of came together, figured it out, and really meshed really well. And so we saw I watched our D team play their last game at Fairview, and I was like, that looks like volleyball. They're getting their transitions in, they're passing well, our kids are hitting the ball. And I always look at, kids grow into their volleyball skill and their coaching, and it was really, really fun. Our C team as well. I mean, our C team was 90% freshmen. If you look at the maturity of our team, and I talked to our team about this about 4 weeks ago, really mature high school teams, their JV and varsity are made of juniors and seniors. And our entire C team, D team, and JV is made up of freshmen and sophomore. And so when I look at how we are competing with our competition, I'm excited because we're just going to continue to grow. And so I'm really proud of you guys for building your skill, for building your expectations around performance. We've had some gut checks this year. Building mindsets that are about improvement and competition. I watched and heard our girls talk about competing all the time. Let's go compete. And I think that's where it starts. And what they did is built a culture of what the Silver Creek Raptors are going to be. And I talk about legacy a lot, and I think legacy is paved by teams that work really, really hard to get to the next level. And I've watched for 2 years our team work really, really hard, and we're starting to make that jump. So I'm very proud of the girls. I feel a lot of pride in our organization. I worked downtown, and right before we went to regionals, one of the assistant superintendents came up to me and said, "Rachel, good volleyball season." I'm like, "We are not done yet." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, we're going to regionals." And he's like, "No way." I was like, "Yes way." And so I think it's interesting how we're going to change the mindsets of others around us too. And so it's about having a presence at the school, building pride in the uniform that we wear, and filling the shoes of the Raptors that came before us. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's here today, and all of you contributed in very meaningful ways that I treasure. I know our coaching staff really values, and so thank you. So we're going to move to awards, and we're going to start with our D team. Coach D. I told them they have to use the microphone.
T-Team, would you like to join me up here? Like Coach Ayer said, this was my first year coaching at Silver Creek and coaching high school, and I'm so thankful that you guys let me learn alongside you, and we supported each other, and I feel like you had a lot of grace for me, and that's a testament to you and your character, and also your parents and how they have raised you, and I just really appreciated our entire season. And we had a very small team, and I feel like we championed every single game, and we made it through. We had like one sub maybe, and which is wild. And I'm just really proud of you guys. And I can't wait to talk about you. Okay. Okay. So the players got to pick somebody that they felt on their team represented what our Silver Creek Raptor kind of mission was all about as a player, on and off the court. And our team picked Gwen. This is what your teammates said about you, okay? This is not me, this is her teammates, okay? Your teammates describe you as quiet, but someone who always plays with a lot of positivity. You were always excited for others and always there for everyone. You were really strong and consistent. Even though the team was not always good at keeping the same attitude, you were always supportive and comforting. You were a big asset to the team, and your hitting was lovely. You can actually stay right here, because I'm going to talk about you now. Okay. I'm going to read it, because then I'm going to lose myself. Okay. I saw you transform over the season. Your confidence grew, and you started to take more risks on the court. There were some moments you could have let defeat overtake you, but you got up, you jump served again, you jumped higher to hit, and that showed real courage and inspired your teammates to push themselves as well. You began to let the mistakes go, and you pushed yourself to try again, and it really paid off every time. I am so proud of the efforts you made on the court. You truly helped support the team. Please keep building on this momentum by continuing to challenge yourself in new ways next season. I'm super excited to see how you keep growing. Okay. There's a little treat for everybody. Of course, I'm sorry. Okay. It's in there. A G. We'll find it. Okay. There it is. Okay. Arena. Okay. You can, okay, great. Although you started out quiet and a little unsure on the court, you truly stepped up and became a pivotal player in our back row. Seeing your growth from our time at UNC has been so encouraging and hopeful. Your quick reactions in the games turned the momentum in our favor, and you became a key asset for our defense. All your efforts showed up on the court, and your ability to be the goldfish, to quickly move on from mistakes and stay focused, really helped the team move forward. Keep believing in yourself, because you have many people who are cheering for you. You were always the loudest player on our court, and I loved it. The energy you brought was amazing every single game. You made sure every team knew we were there, and your presence was so powerful. Your transformation this season was incredible to witness. Your hitting became a powerful tool for our team. Your determination was clear in every moment, especially as you rallied the team and kept spirits high. Keep pushing yourself to take those tough shots during games or speak up during team meetings. Embracing these challenges will show you just how strong you really are. Okay, Karen. Okay, watching your growth this season has been truly impressive. Your passing and your reach on your hits showed just how much you wanted to contribute to the team's success. When you took the risks and went for every set presented to you, as an outside and then as a right side, your determination in those moments and throughout the season made a really big difference for us. You never gave up, and players like you are invaluable to our team. Remember that you are valuable just as you are, and that belief will take you so far. Keep building on these moments. You have so much to offer. These are in no particular order. Okay. All right. Although you joined our team later in the season, you became a powerhouse for our team. Your ability to transfer your power and fine-tune your skills was impressive to watch. I am truly afraid for your opponent when you get to your full hitting potential. I am so proud of the progress and growth you made this season and your ability to adjust to a whole new team mid-season. It is a testament to your strength of character. I'm fully confident that you will overtake any court as you continue to develop your skills and your mindset. Amber. Okay. I'm so thankful that we had someone like you on our team. Someone that goes above and beyond for the team as a whole and has the heart to show up and try as hard as you can. I saw so much growth in you this season, and I hope you are proud of all your hard work. The flexibility you had, changing to cover certain positions, was so challenging, and you handled them without complaint and with all of your effort. You worked so hard and became a force in our front row. You are a valuable part of not just our D team, but the volleyball team as a whole, and your efforts were always noticed and greatly appreciated. Great work this season. Keep showing up and putting your heart into everything that you do. Skylar. Okay. From the time I watched you play at UNC, I knew that you had something special. You have a quiet determination and a desire to be the best, and it is translated into how hard you worked on and off the court. I love the additional conversations we had about the games, the changes you wanted to make, and the risks you were willing to take by playing in different positions. You have a huge future ahead of you. And with your determination, your work ethic, and your desire to embrace new challenges, you will be a force in anything that you do. Okay. Now, Evian. So we also, as coaches, get to pick a coach's choice for the player that we felt represented the mindset of our Raptor, a player overall that we felt grew and emulated what we thought the team was really about, and my choice was you, Evian. Congratulations. You were placed in a pivotal role within the team, the heartbeat of our offense, and you truly rose to the challenge. Well, I don't know if you initially envisioned yourself as a setter when you decided to try out for volleyball, but by the end of the season, you had undoubtedly proven yourself to be one. Your unwavering determination and desire to improve were evident and motivating to the entire team. The responsibility you carried was immense, and I believe you handled it with grace, humility, and a clear sense of purpose. Your enthusiasm for the game and the encouragement you provided at each set a positive tone for the rest of the players. You diligently took your instructions, adjusted your form, refined your pre-game warm-ups, and the fruits of your hard work were evident in the wins and even the losses. Volleyball is as much a mental game as it is a physical one, and I'm confident that you possess the mental strength required to be a consistent, strong, and secure player. Throughout the season, your attitude on the court transformed into leadership, and I couldn't be more proud of you. Thank you all for your support. We love you, and I'm so proud of these girls. Yay!
Good job, Coach.
I really appreciated the effort of our D team, and there's some big wins. I think Taryn did not miss a serve for the last 4 games of her season. And I watched Gwen go up as great middles do and bang a ball to the 5 zone, and you don't know what that means, that's good. We watched, like, Arena at a tournament was like Coach, am I in the right space? We were talking about staying in the back of the court, and she got like 3 digs in a row because she just disciplined herself. So there's a lot of things that I'm excited about in our young players. And so great job, girls. Great season. All right, C squad, get your butts up here. All right, so with our C squad, from my time last year to this year, we saw a ton of growth in development and just in what we were able to accomplish as individuals, let alone a team. And I think this year compared to last, this set of girls truly worked together so freaking well. Sorry if I'm not allowed to say that, but they did so good and they learned so much on how to actually be a team and actually make things happen. One of my favorite things this season was when we beat Legacy. That was pretty cool, especially when, I don't remember exactly how long it's been since Legacy, the C team has won against them, but it was pretty spectacular and you guys did a phenomenal job. I think with where this program is going, each and every one of these young ladies has so much potential. It's all up to them and what they want to do and decide what to do with their talents. And so it's all there. They just have to keep on working at it. So with no further ado, with the Player's Choice Award, let me find it here. So the individual that is receiving this award, her teammates described her as a positive and having good energy at all times. She is always working hard, tries to be funny to bring the team up when things are not going well. She always finds a way to make others smile, and she never gives up and pushes for the team to be the best that they can be. And this is going to Jade Caldwell. And then I'm going to talk about everybody before I give my Coach's Choice Award. So, Marley, Miss Mars Bars, you can come up and stand here. Marley is the definition of a team player. She was always striving to learn how to do things better, just become a better volleyball player, a better athlete, and always gave tons and tons of effort with learning new skills. She improved so much in both her attacking and serving throughout the season, ultimately serving different zones by the end of the season, which is pretty awesome. Her energy and her infectious smile were definitely something our team looked up to and definitely helped us when the season got hard at times. So thank you, Marley. Josie. Hello, Miss Josie. Josie is seriously so passionate and she loves her team and the sport so incredibly much. She was like a sponge whenever I gave her coaching cues, was always trying to fine-tune everything, being so intentional and so mindful of all the things that I gave her to work on. She had the best and biggest smile that she always tried to hide when she did something well. So that confidence has been blossoming little by little as the season has gone on. And even when she got her big blocks and big kills, she was the heart of the program and kept her team moving and grooving. Thank you, Josie. All right, Joyce Ann. Joyce Ann is such a go-getter. She very much reminds me of a golden retriever in practices because she always wanted one more rep, one more approach, one more serve to work on her skills. She started season only as a 3-rotation player, but of course we faced some adversity, had to move some things around and change our lineup and was put in a position to where she needed to become an all-around player. She stepped up to the challenge and she led her team more than they ever needed her in the first chunk of this transition, and she was very much the glue that held the team together during the chaotic times. So thank you, Joyce Ann. Quincy. Hello, Quincy. Quincy is my soft-spoken, semi-silent leader. She is so phenomenal with her leadership and just her energy on and off the court. She was the ultimate glue in addition to Joyce Ann that held the team together and was always demanding more from herself and her team. Her love for the game and her team was a huge part of our success, especially later on in this season, as she continued to step up to the challenge, lead her teammates through some of the harder games, and I cannot wait to see where the sport takes her as her potential is unmatched.
person, and she became such a spark and such a light on our team, especially during challenging times. She helped the team grow in ways that I did not imagine or expect, and she definitely helped us, especially becoming one of the best servers on the team, getting us on runs, as well as being a really good outside hitter, sometimes on the right side, as well as in the middle. She was very much a utility player and was always energetic and willing to learn and do all the hard things. So thank you, Vivian. All right, Emily. I had the privilege to not only coach Emily this year, but also last, and the development that I saw in her skill-wise, confidence-wise, and just athletic ability, not only throughout the summer, but since last season, has been incredible. She was our big hitter on the floor, and our girls knew that they could always count on her to get the points, lead by example, and always depend on her when they needed help. So thank you, Emily. All right, my coach's award, the individual that is receiving this award, she reminds me very much of myself when I was young. Her ambition, her love for the sport, her witty humor when things felt off or weird when she was having a bad day, all of the things. The way she fought through an injury throughout the entire season and never let it slow her down was inspiring not only to her teammates, but to myself as well. She fired me up and fired her teammates up in ways throughout the season that when we needed her the most, her attention to detail, her passion, her dedication, and her unmatched energy during both practices and games embody what it means to be a true Raptor. Emily Wilson. And that's the C Squad.
We're going to move the speaker because it's right in the kids' ears. But I was really proud of our C team. The majority of that team was freshmen when we started the season, and we moved some players to create extra playing time, more contacts, and we really were a little, what I would call, crippled at our C&D team. One of my greatest sorrows this year is that we had to play C&D at the same time, and I don't love that because it doesn't allow us to incentivize some of the girls that are growing in the D team to play at the C team level and get that extra experience. And we had some kids that were definitely deserving of that. And so I felt like girls just grew and grew and grew. And if I looked at where we started at the beginning of the summer, most of them couldn't serve over the net. Most of them had very little control over their passing. And just to see what has transpired and then where they're going to step into next year, I look at, we are leaps and bounds ahead of where we ended the season last year. I feel like we are a season and a half ahead of where we were last year. And so a lot of that is attributed to the coaches that run those squads. So great job, girls. All right.
I need a giant tablet because I can't see very well. Last time I couldn't see you guys because I was looking at my card the whole time. Okay, so this marks the third year that I've been here, and I officially have been a part of some of these girls' careers for the majority of their high school career as well. Now, having said that, I first want to give a shout out to our managers. Okay, Savannah, come. Without them helping me and making it easier for me to run practice and timing things, make sure to keep track of everything else, it would have been very hard for me to be multitasking at the same time. So I want to appreciate you guys for coming up here, okay? Here's some candy. One for you, and one for you. Okay, so a little recap over the season. Summer, we had UNC. I had the privilege of coaching most of JV and some of the C team players that were at that camp, and we won out our bracket. So JV, come on. Okay. Now, small recap for my team, and I don't know if they listened to my speech from last year, but their favorite word is like. Every time we talked, like. I can't even tell. Every other word that they said was something like. But it gives them character, so I can appreciate that for sure. I will say that we had the fewest injuries. Okay, very few of our kids actually had any time that they were out of commission. So I was very happy about that as well. And we went through a lot. We had a lot of personnel changes. We had a lot of switches between JV, varsity, and C team as well. And honorable mention to True for starting with us, and then she graduated and became a varsity player for middle and right side. Clap for True. Now I gotta tell you guys that this season, I got to really recognize just how aware my team is. They understood the game, they tried their best to look at the games and go, you know what, coach, can we work on this? They always had some sort of input in how to make the team better, so they always cared. And that is something that's kind of hard to find, and every time I saw them, I knew that they wanted to get better and they wanted to beat teams. And we had a tough season. There were a lot of teams out there that were just constantly progressing as much as we were, and they were also tough teams as well. And they never gave up. They never stopped trying. They never stopped pushing themselves harder and harder each time. So, good job, you guys. Okay. Okay. Right. Sorry. I guess I'll skip it. Okay. Viv, come on up. So when I first saw UNC, I knew that you had a lot of potential, but then giving you the chance and freedom to just be the player that you could be, I now understood what it is that you had the potential to become, okay? Between being a hard hitter and being willing to listen, and just constantly giving me feedback of willingness to want progress as well, I was very happy to have you on my team. And add the fact that you are on the JV team, but you decided to embrace being on the C team as well. And a lot of people could come into that role with a lot of, I would say, how can I put it? Kind of like having their nose in the air, like they're better than everyone else, but she embraced it like no one else would, okay? She enjoyed that role, she played both on both teams really well, and I would definitely say that she is definitely a team player and a program player, if I had to give that any wording. Good job, Dave. Hey, Candy too. Okay. Alden. You had a lot of leadership qualities, and when you came that second day of UNC, I was very happy to see you because it was a nice element of competition at the same time. I knew that you knew your role, and it was easy to have you fit in there. And then throughout the season, we didn't necessarily have the easiest time, and yet you were constantly asking questions and trying to figure out how to play your role better. And you wanted to play better in your own role, and at the same time, want more for your team and yourself as well. You're really good about keeping us on task, and at the same time, I really appreciate having you on the team. Thank you. Chloe, come here. So, she became a captain at the very beginning of the season. She had leadership qualities in and out of practice. She's one of the very few that was trying to give as much feedback as possible. And she had one of the hardest roles. She was a center. She had to believe that she had to be perfect every time. And she knew that she had to run that court like a quarterback. And she did. She did a great job. Trying to listen to feedback to her hitters, trying to figure out how she could be better. Also, she was very comfortable in giving feedback, kind feedback back to her defenders as well. And at the same time, she showed a lot of poise and was always focused in being on the court. Thank you, Chloe. Sophia. This marks the second time that I've had you on my team, okay? She became a swing player for varsity as well. She's a multi-sport athlete and resulted in a higher contacts than before. I recognize you as the hitter that you were last year, and then this year, you definitely grew, okay? And I also will take credit for having you hit line crossbody, just saying. Always willing to listen and very lighthearted. I'm very happy to have you on the team. I'm so glad that you brought a nice lightheartedness to our team as well. I can really appreciate that. Thank you. Arden, aka Sardini. Well, your dad gave it to me, so I'm using it. Okay. So she was my setter for UNC. She's never, have you set before? You did a great job in taking on that role, and not only taking it on, but also excelling really well at it, which I'm kind of hesitant to be like, hey, here's what you should think about making her a setter. Just saying. Okay. So she went from being a setter to an outside, to a libero, and a DS and serve specialist for varsity as well. Super versatile player, had great leadership qualities, calm demeanor, and unconditionally willing to support the team and be a better defender for her team as well. Okay? It was very, very nice having you as a leader on the court and being able to kind of express what I needed from the team as well and being kind of my vessel for them. Thank you very much. Okay, before I get to anyone else, Jade, Joyce Ann, Emily, and Quincy, come on over. So, first of all, I wanted to give you guys some credit as well, because without you guys, I needed to provide some competition for them at the same time. I saw a lot of potential in you guys as swing players, and there's a reason why I gave you guys jerseys on the court. I knew for a fact that they were going to potentially push my players harder. At the same time, they understood that their role as they were coming on the court, okay? Whenever I gave you guys chances, I knew for a fact you guys wanted to embrace that whenever you guys got the chance to, so thank you so much. Okay. Madeline. Such a positive person and always wanting to work better as a middle and work harder for her team. Whatever was planned, she was willing to do the best that she could, and she tried to be the best that she could at anything. She may have played a middle, but she also worked on being a passer, being a server, and tried to be everything that I needed her to be. After mid-season, she swung as a varsity player, and she exuded what I would call respect as a player for her team and for the program as well, okay? And for that, I made you one of my Coach's Choice Awards. Okay. Oh. Bree. Okay, let's talk about this one for a little bit. So first off, when I first saw her play, I'm like, who's that kid? I want that kid on my team. And then I don't know if it was unfortunate for her or lucky for me, she transferred over from here and she couldn't play in varsity. So she got to play on my team. I got to see her excel both as a player, as a defender, as a serve receiver, and as a hitter as well. And I'm like, I am so happy that she's on my team as well. At UNC, she made the most kills throughout the whole season. She also made the most kills as well. Serve, receive, and defensive specialist at the same time. And later on, she became one of the captains for our team as well. Calm, always willing to be positive, constructive feedback for her team as well. And for that, she is the player's choice. And here is the description that the players gave. Her teammates described her as being an empowering individual on the court. She has a consistent mood that the team can rely on. She's always in a good mood and encourages others. She's a quick learner, helps us laugh in stressful situations. She pumps us up, is super good, and hits hard. Now, I need to clarify that I had a very hard decision because I don't know that I could have picked between two people for the Coach's Choice. So I get two people of them, okay? Bree, you are my Coach's Choice Award as well. Now ladies, real quick, what do you guys have in your hands? What candy is it? Okay. Now, life can be sour, but I ask you guys, try and find the sweet things in life, okay? That way it's always a silver lining, okay? Thank you guys very much for a great season.
Thank you, Coach Will. Girls, it was fun to watch you, and we're excited for the next level. I'll get to talk about some of those kids as well, but you can see how much we double dip between our levels. And that's a beautiful thing, because it gives kids a lot of playing time, a lot of contacts, and sometimes experience at different positions. And so I'm just really proud of the work that they're doing. We've had, I'll talk about some of those players at the varsity level and some of the accomplishments that I've watched them develop into. And so just know, you guys are fabulous. And we loved scrimmaging you, and we also loved beating you. They beat us plenty of times too, so I can eat my humble pie a little bit. So I'm going to transition to varsity, and then we'll just keep going. I've got a lot of awards to give afterwards, but can my varsity crew come up? I guess I would describe a lot of them as resilient and courageous. And I look at the size of our team. We are about 5'8" across, maybe 5'7" on average. And we have a few towers, which is good. But I think we had kids in lots of different positions this year. We started out with Michelle on the outside, and Avery on the outside, and Becca and Presley in the middle, and then we shifted and moved Michelle and Susan kind of battled for the setting position halfway through the season, and then we had an unfortunate situation where one of our players quit, and it really sealed the deal in terms of how we had to shift. And so I'm just really proud of the girls. Like, a lot of teams would crumble under the transitions that we had to go through as a team. And they didn't. They just rose to the occasion. And I feel like when I look at them, there's hope in this team. They look at every situation, and we had some mountains to climb. Half of our conference is 5A. They come from schools that are 2,000 students deep, and that changes the gene pool, and it changes how many kids walk through the door and try out for teams. And I think what I look at, these girls are scoring 18 and 19 and 22 points on some of the best teams in the state in our league. If I look at our 3-game sets that we lost games by 3 points. We didn't lose games by 15 or 20 points. And that's a huge transition from last year. And our league is starting to pay attention. They know that, you know what, when Silver Creek walks in, we're going to have to play our best ball to beat them. And that's going to shift again next year. We had a conversation about 3 or 4 weeks ago about how we have to just hold on and continue on towards our goals. And that sometimes when you're the person paving the way, it's the hardest journey to take. And just embrace that situation, embrace the pressure on the floor, because when we start embracing that pressure is when we can push through it. And I think they did a fabulous job. I know when we walked out of our end of the season tournament, everybody was like, did we make it? Did we not? And I was like, I don't know. Like, we're like this close, we could do it, we could not. We were ranked 34th, and then we dropped to 38th, and then we were at 36, and I was like, it's gonna stay, it's gonna stay. I think I said to True before I left, I'm like, you watch, I have a good feeling about this. And who knew? We went to regionals, and we beat out the 24th seed, and I thought we played Montrose very, very well. They were the number 1 team in the state. And that doesn't happen by chance. We talk about winning doesn't happen by chance. It's a byproduct of coming to practice every day and working hard. And that's something that I know these girls know how to do. And they know how to have fun doing it as well. So I'm just going to talk briefly about each of them. So True is kind of a pin for us. Like she did, if I look at her stats this year, I think I brought those up here. She only played with us half the season, so we shifted her from JV to varsity about mid-season, and True had the most blocks on our entire team with half the season. And if she'd have played at that level for the full season, she might have been one of the top-ranked blockers in the state. And that's fabulous, Kim. But more importantly than her stats is this kid's character. She's, yes, coach, put me in. And then she works her butt off to try to figure it out. And she works through the frustration, and then she finds the wins. And to watch her smile when she figures it out, her whole face lights up, and you know that she's having fun. And she's like, Coach, can we have more block transitions? Can we practice that some more? Like, she truly loves it, and it's like this energy in her gut, and it's transitional on a volleyball court. So, True, you are truly a great member of this team. We had to shift her at regionals to right side, and she was like, oh, I love the right side, because she was a setter for last year, and she was absolutely a force on the right side too. So who knows, next year we can move you around and you can do some damage. All right, Ava. So Ava is one of our seniors this year and has been a force on the varsity team for 4 years. And when I look at our seniors on the team, and I can say this about all of our seniors, they've had 3 coaches in their high school experience, and that is not easy. That means they had to shift and change, and this kid has done it with grace. Ava is such a sweet personality. I've never heard her say a poor thing about a single soul. She never complains about the work that goes into it. It's just, put me in, coach. I'm going to do my best. I think your best game this year was Holy Family. Like, you just tore it up, kid. Like, that was so much fun. And it was instrumental in our win. And we haven't beaten Holy Family in how many years, girls? 10? 10 years. Like, so that was like a... I really appreciate Ava. She has been a force on the team, and she's one of our leaders as well. So, love you, kiddies. I noticed that they put these things on their bags, and so I was like, I'm going to be crafty. And so I made them each a bag tag. That's a little Silver Creek thing. So, whatever. I like to be crafty on my other outside skills. So, Susan, also a senior. Last year she's at a 6'2" at the JV level, and our setting has been a journey this year. I remember, like, we went to UNC, and that's the first time I shifted Michelle outside, and we were playing with a new lineup, and I'm like, you're it. And she is fabulous. What I love about this kid is she never quits. Like, it doesn't matter where the ball is, she's got really quick feet. She would run the full length of the court to get a ball for her teammates. And we were not the greatest passing team at times, and that makes it very difficult on the setter. And she never quit. I never heard her say anything poor about her teammates. I always advocate for our setters to be sort of bigger personalities, and she just stayed true to herself. She's very quiet, intrinsic, but is a pretty deep thinker about things, processing all the time, and I really appreciated her leadership on the floor this year. I thought she had a fabulous season, and she was instrumental in moving this team forward. Thank you, Susan. All right, Miss Avery. So Avery is one of our clutch players, and she posted 191 kills this season. She leads she's third in total blocks. She is third in total digs, and she leads our team in aces. And so when you look at players that transform the game, Avery is one of those players and has a great future if she wants it. We're excited for her and what she brings to the team. But I think more importantly, she is an all-in team player. I've coached some girls that are great athletes that don't necessarily go with their team, and that is not Avery. Avery lifts her team up. She makes people strong around her, and it's never really about her. I think she just loves to hit the ball hard, and she can blow some fingers off. Like, I've had to block her, it hurts. But I think she loves the game. I've seen her grow up a lot in the last 2 years around the game. Last year I challenged her to be a 6th position player, and she went from the middle to the outside, and I'm glad that we did that. I think you just continue to grow in that position, and you're a fabulous leader. Her regional tournament was outstanding. This kid just banged on balls, and nobody could stop her, and it was really, really fun to watch. So, great season, Kim. So Presley, at the end of last year, I worried if she was going to come back out for volleyball. And she told me this summer, she goes, yeah, I didn't know if I was going to play either, and I'm so glad that you stuck it out. She didn't just stick it out, she just committed. January, when we started our weight program, I got to see a different side of this kid. And she just went to work in the weight room, and I was like, wow, like, I need to see that on the volleyball court. And it just revealed a different side of her, and her work ethic, and her motivation, and where it came from. And I just love that she is the girl of 1,000 questions, but that's her strength. She's like, Coach, what about this? What about this? And she's processing, and then she finds the things that stick. And if I look at her growth over the season, it was fabulous. She was 3rd in total kills on our team. She had a 23.7% kill ratio in the middle, and she's a tiny little middle. If you look at the middle blockers that we are up against, they are 5'11", 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1", and then there's Presley. 5'7", but what she does is she moves quickly, she loves her middle position, she gets fired up when she does things well, and it just motivates the whole team around her. And this kid is a light. I really love her personality. I think that she glows on the court, and I think she consistently works to get better. And so I'm glad that you stuck it out, and I'm glad we got to work with you for another year too. Madeline. So I saw Madeline walk into my gym in the beginning of maybe March. She came to one open gym, and I was like, huh, pretty good athlete. And then I didn't see her for months. And I was like, okay, well, but here's what I love about Madeline. She is the kid that walks up to me every day and says, Coach, what can I do to get better? Coach, what can I do to improve? I was good with this, what can I do in this space? And she's actively trying to figure out, how do I get to the next level? She is a true competitor, and the bigger the challenge, the more she loves it. And so we watched her start at the JV, figure out her middle position, and towards the end of the season, we're sort of messing around with the outside hitting position, and she's really, really working hard. Like what Will said is really, really true. She's working to develop her passing skills, her serving skills, and become that all-around player. And I think she has the potential to do that. And I think it's because of that constant want to be better, and then just having a really in-tune listening ear. And then there's another thing about her that I truly love, and she's very wise for her age. Like we sit in our some of our team meetings, and we're like, she's a freshman? Because she just says things that make sense, and that we can all sort of attach to. And so I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the next 3 years with you. So Arden is one of the best servers on this team. I can say that flat out. And we utilized her talent. And we moved her around. She loves to hit the ball too. She's quite a good outside hitter. And we chose to move her into a defensive spot at the JV level as sort of future preparation. And what she developed was a very critical serve. She had some super scoring runs at regionals and in our postseason that really kept us in games. And so we started using her probably around mid-season, maybe the last four weeks of season. And she is 4th in total aces on our team in that short period of time. So fabulous job. And she's this very quiet soul that just works hard. And she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's a really well-rounded player and really loves her teammates and works really hard for them. So looking forward to the next couple of years with you as well. I appreciate your contribution. So Sophia, she's one of my big surprises this year. Like from last year to this year, her growth has been tremendous. At the beginning of the season, I'm like, wow, Sophie's passing pretty stinking well. Where did that platform come from? And she's just kind of grown throughout the course of the year. We tried her as a libero, and that didn't quite work out. And so we put her back on the outside. We started to develop her arm swing. And she stepped in at regionals and really helped us out. Michelle had a bum foot that was just not playing nice with her. And so Sophia was able to really step in and help us out. In our last season tournament against Brighton, I felt like, she's finding the court. She was getting some critical kills for us in a row. And some consistency was starting to develop. And so I just love her, like she digs deep. She finds a way, even in stressful situations, to make the play. And that speaks highly of her courage and her will to not let her teammates down. I think that matters a great deal to her. So, Sophia, I've had a lot of fun playing with you, both JV, varsity, but looking forward to the next couple of years. Michelle. I keep telling Michelle, I'm like, have you seen Dodgeball? And she's like, no, coach. Because there's a character on there called Michelle, and that's who he's this big, brawny guy. And Michelle is this very petite player that plays very big. Like, she is a fabulous ball player. She can set, she can play defense, she's got great springs in her feet, can be a hitter. I actually watched her bang balls on the right side this year towards the end of the season. I was like, whoa, Michelle. But the last couple of weeks of the season, she rolled her ankle, and we had to shift again, and that was really hard. Like, what I appreciate about all these girls is they want to be on the court, and it's hard when an injury takes over, and you try to work through it, and it just doesn't cooperate. And so she did her best. She contributed. She is one of our serving aces. She is 3rd on our team in total aces. And she is 2nd on our team in total assists. So her contribution to the team is exceptional. And her and I talked about maybe stepping into that setting role next year and leading this team to the next level. And so I love working with Michelle. She is always that smile right there. And she knows how to have fun. And I think that's really great for our team as well. And so I really appreciate you. I appreciate your contribution, and look forward to next year. So Nia also is one of our seniors, and she is quiet but deadly. I learned a lot about her on our regional trip. Like, she's got a hockey boyfriend that's going to be her husband someday. And I have never seen her shine so much as when she talked about this young man. So I was like, wow. But she's got big dreams. But Nia is, she is the ultimate team player. And not in just big ways, not on the court, it's off the court. Like, she is a girl that serves her teammates. And I appreciate that deeply. It's part of our core values of this team. And if there is a job to be done, Nia steps up. She's always committed. She committed to the weight room workouts in January, and she worked January through July with all the girls in the weight room as one of our core leaders, along with Drew and Susan and Presley. And so I really appreciate that kind of leadership. She also designed our team shirt this year, which was fabulous. She's got skills. And she just shows up when others don't sometimes. And so I celebrate that. So Nia, you're getting my Player's Choice Award this year. To give you a sense of how she serves, Coach's Choice. Coach's Choice. Did I say that wrong? No. Okay. She is the last one out of the gym. She makes sure everything is in the supply room and it's well organized. She tries to make it look like how she knows that I hold my expectations. She's the first one out putting up nets. She's connecting with the young girls out on the court. She is the one that has 6 balls in her arms when everybody else is watching her shag during practice, and then put me in coach. I remember her first, can I say this story? Her first goal sheet of the year was, I want to earn my coach's respect enough so that I get to play all the time. And she earned every ounce of it. And I take 12 of them. Okay? I appreciate the service behind the play. It matters a great deal in building the culture of our team. So thank you. Yeah. So our team chose, and I left this one for last. There are 2, and we are minus one of our trophies, but one of these girls is not here tonight. But I left this award as the last award because I think the team's recognition is more important than mine. I think the greatest attribute a player can give to a teammate is the recognition that you matter and that you matter to us. And so there are 2 players that tied for the Player's Choice Award at the varsity level. The first player, her teammate described her as a hard worker who brings a competitive spirit to the court. She always gives her best effort in both practices and games. She's willing to acknowledge that the level of play does not meet expectations, but she does it while maintaining a positive attitude. She sets the expectations for others to follow in the program, and young players really look up to her as a role model. Avery White. And then Addie is not here tonight, but she was also voted as one of the Players' Choice Awards, and her teammates describe her as so hardworking. She leads on the court with her encouragement and works hard to be the best at her game. She never lets anything break her spirit and is always optimistic. She is relentless in her pursuit and owns her own errors without condemning others. She's a good example of what a Silver Creek volleyball player should act like, and I would agree with that as well. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate what you paved for next year's team to follow in. It's a hard group to follow, and the journey is well fought, and you guys will remember all of this. It's good stuff, okay? So, thank you. We're gonna, you guys can go into I have one other forgot about, and that is, I chose to give a Most Improved Player award this year. And I've watched this kid just grow, and not in a million years did I think she would grow where she landed. And at the end of last year, she was playing C team, and I watched her just engage in everything we talked about postseason. And True Campbell. She did everything that she needed to do. And so she went into off-season training, she got faster, she got stronger, she showed up to everything that we offered, and she became super dynamic for us. And I can't thank you enough. You played a very pivotal role in transforming our ability to be competitive at the varsity level this year. And I truly can say that I'm like, in 20 years of coaching, I have not seen a girl climb like you climbed in a year. And I really appreciate the standard that you're setting. It's fabulous. Good job, Kim. All right. So we're going to move on to... Can I have Savannah and Autumn come up, please? I also need to recognize these two young ladies. So, I'm eternally grateful, like everybody needs a work wife. And these two did a lot for us this season. And I am grateful for everything that you added value to our team. They shagged balls, they timed during practice, they handed out jerseys, they collected jerseys. Every day they're like, Coach, what do you want me to do? And I was like, well, I need you to fix this and do that and go here. And they were like, okay, got it. And we did not have that last year. And so you just made my life so much easier. And I truly appreciate all of it. They both came to regionals with us as well. And helped just make sure all the girls were taken care of. And so thank you, ladies. Couldn't have done it without you. All right. We're going to move on to awards. And so we've got all conference awards and academic awards and letters. Okay? So we're going to award letters first. So first year letterman, we're going to run through this pretty quickly. First year letterman, Madeline Mallet. They should be in that first pile. Oh, you got it. Coach can't say it. Sophia Ordonez. Arden Wasaklo. True Campbell. Presley Baginski, Susan Campy, and Leanne Pedrick. Good job, ladies. I just want to make sure, does everybody have your chenille? You didn't? Do you have one from another sport or another? Okay, so if you did not, if you're supposed to get a chenille and didn't, I only received one, so check. And if not, so these are our first year lettermen, stay here. Our second year lettermen, there are two, and that is Michelle Tan and Addie Rydell. Third year letterman, it's Avery White. And Ava has been the only girl in our program who receives her fourth letter for her commitment to this team. for, but I need to. She is second in kills on our team. She is second in digs, and she's a fabulous defender. And she's also second in total aces on the team, so huge contributor. So these are our lettermen. Go ahead and have a seat, ladies. Good job. Okay. So the other thing that I'm super proud of is we stress academics. I have to tell you that this group of girls, I think I only had to have about conversations with 4 girls over the course of this year. And that is unheard of on eligibility and getting grades up and that kind of thing. And so I'm eternally grateful that we get to focus on volleyball during volleyball season, and it's not about chasing you guys to get your homework done and get your grades in. And that's a testament to your parents and some of the habits that you guys have. And I appreciate that. So we have several of you that have earned academic all-conference. And this only goes, unfortunately, only goes to 11th and 12th graders can earn this. And so these are our kiddos. Avery White. Michelle Tan. Ruth Campbell. Preston McGinty. Susan Campy. And Mia Bennett. I'm just going to say this. You can be smart and be a really good athlete at the same time. And that's pretty much our entire varsity squad. So great job, girls. I think that's it. You know, in the land of athletics, you have about a 1% chance of going on and playing collegiately. But academically, the world is wide open to you. And so our brains are much stronger than our physicality for much longer. And so I appreciate that that's a focus for us. All right, so we had 3 girls that were selected to either all-conference or all-conference honorable mention. And so just to give you a sense of this, we nominate girls as coaches. We do not get to vote for our own kids. And so these are kids that are voted on by all the other coaches in the league. We only have 25 kids that are voted all-conference, and in a league of 14 teams. You can imagine how cutthroat that voting cycle is. And so we had 1 player that was voted all conference, and we have 2 that were voted honorable mention. And so our honorable mention all conference players are Ava Ravenhorst and Addie Rydell. The other thing I found this in my mailbox, Ava, and I'm really sorry. Nobody told me that they put it in there, and nobody notified me. But last year, she was voted to the All-State team. And so I wanted to recognize you tonight for an honor you should have received last year. We don't know this. We're on All-State ballots are not due until Monday. And so I don't know whether we have a kid that has made All-State yet this year. But I didn't want to miss this opportunity because you deserve the recognition in front of your teammates. And then our our all-conference players, Avery White. It's well deserved. All right. Just gotta make sure I'm not missing anything here. All right, so this summer we incentivized some girls to really get busy by incentivizing something called an Iron Raptor Award. And so I didn't forget. There were 4 kids, and they had to meet 6 out of 8 of the physical goals, and then they had to meet 5 out of 6 of the attendance goals, and in order to get this. So the stakes are pretty high to earn this honor. And so you guys bring up the shirts. So our Iron Raptor is a t-shirt award. It's tank top. And raptor, and then it has Silver Creek Legend on the front with a barbell and us lifting it. It's pretty sweet, right? So we had 4 girls that met all of those requirements, and it took me quite some time to figure this out. So I had a 7-hour bus ride to cross the state to really get that done. So the 4 girls that earned that honor this year are Quincy Taylor, Joyce Ann Jensen, Susan Campy, and Presley Vincent. And I have to tell you, there are 2 other girls in here that missed it by 1 score. And I'm not going to say who they are. Because that's just disappointing. But I just want to say this, like, we started in January with about 6 girls in the weight room. And by the end of the summer, we had 26 in the weight room. And that's girls buying in and understanding that this game requires us to get physical. And I was, like, the leadership that starts to emerge, like, I can't stress this enough. We find out who we are in the weight room. We find out how to push our limits. We find out whether we can go the next step, whether we can lift the next weight, and it's all about our individual inspiration to do better. And I really appreciate that you guys embraced this and went after it. So it's a lot of time and effort standing right here. Good job, girls. Proud of you. Thank you for your leadership. Presley was asking me about this, like, at the end of July. Coach, can I do it? I was like, we're gonna wait. So it's good to wait. Let's see, what else do we need? I have one other letter that I need to give, and Savannah, come on up. So Savannah served our team this year, and she was there anytime I needed her. I don't think she missed maybe 1 practice the entire season, and as a manager, that's commitment. And so I wanted to award her for her service to the team and award you your first letter. This is our Raptor Award, and this is, we give to 1 girl in our program that has really gone above and beyond, that we just want to champion what she's contributed. I watched this kid improve all year long. I watched her dedicate herself. I watched her turn corners. I watched her struggle, and I watched her overcome. And then I watched her excel. And so this year, our Raptor Award goes to Presley Baginski. I really appreciate how she just got involved. She just stepped up, and I think a lot of girls in the weight room looked up to your efforts. Like, she just went to town, and then it was at the agility workouts. She didn't miss a single day starting in January. And it shows. Like, when you look at where she was at the beginning of the season as a middle attacker, our breakthrough moment was the game against Berthoud. And I watched her go, I can do this. We've been training arm swings for about 3 weeks, pretty aggressively, and all of a sudden it clicked. And she started running a slide, and she started running a 1 and a back 1, and we started getting some variation out of the middle from her. And it opened up our outside and allowed Avery and Michelle to be really effective hitters. And so I appreciate your heart, I appreciate your light, I think we are going to miss that next year. The joy you bring to our court is fabulous, so let it go. And the very last thing before we wrap up, and Ken's going to say something to wrap up, because he said he wanted to. Can you tell? Can I have my seniors up? So, I appreciate you guys. I think it's hard. I've taken over 4 struggling programs. This is my 4th one. And it's always a push. And the seniors are the ones who have to dig deep and stay committed. Last year it was about, does this woman know what she's talking about? Like, is she gonna be here for 1 year, 2 years? What can we expect from her? Do we really do what she says? But not this group. Like, they kind of bought into the water I was selling and just got on board. And the transformation is, like just ask anybody in this room, the transformation is pretty phenomenal. When I look back at my goals that I presented to Pat DeCamillis 2 years ago about what I wanted to do and where we wanted to be in the program, we're a year ahead of where I expected us to be. And that is in large part because of the leadership of these 5 ladies. And their commitment to the game, their love of the game, and their commitment to each other. I think what's unique about this group of girls is they like each other all the time. And because we like each other, it spreads to the rest of them. And we were kind of talking about how fun it is to play with your friends. And I think that's what these guys have done. They've created a culture. They've paved a culture where girls want to play volleyball at Silver Creek because we know we're accepted and we're loved. And it starts right here. And so each year I put together a senior book. And so, let me give each of one. So this is my labor of love, my gift to our seniors, just to gather their senior year. And it's got lots of memories in it that they can cherish, and maybe it doesn't mean as much now, but in 10 years, when they look back and they can relive some of those memories, I'm hoping they'll remember us with love and with affection, and just remember how you led at Silver Creek High School and what you guys paved for everybody else in this room. So, girls, I love you. It's been a fabulous journey. I hate saying goodbye, and I hate crying, but I'm gonna miss you guys. We had such a good time this year, and thank you for putting up with me, because sometimes I get really demanding, and yet I think you know deep down that I always say this, I'm hard on volleyball and soft on kids, and you guys have a soft place in my heart forever and ever and ever. You'll always be my girls, and thank you for leading this team and creating something exceptional for the other girls to walk into. I really, really appreciate your leadership. All right, Ken, you want to close this out? He's always got something new to say.
I have a gym voice still. I'm not going to use it.
We all had to.
Drew, use your pictures. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. That's such a big can all the volleyball courts together. Can we turn this off? time I turn on the TV, somebody's doing it. A news anchor, a sports guy, 6'7". And I said, when you do this long enough, it's amazing. You know, when you coach 8-year-old boys baseball and they're on being a coach or on playing college ball or actually have their own family, it's crazy. You guys probably are tired of me talking about 6'7", but families, about my past and what it takes to win. They've heard me talk over and over. I've seen too many teams where 3, 4, 5 girls on that team go and play Division II or Division I schools and don't make it to state playoffs. And there's certain reasons why. We finally learned every level, learn how to compete. You guys got that. It took us a while to figure out kind of how to win. And that learning how to win is we learn how to be a team. Halfway through the season, everybody look to the right, look at the player next to you, look to your left, look at everybody, is what they're building here, and thank you to the seniors, is they have learned and they have built a family. And I just want to say how proud I am. And seniors, you guys step away. And if this continues, there will be a Silver Creek volleyball family from here on out. And I just want to say, parents, not only thank you, but this is the family right here. And I can't say how proud I am and how it's going to be hard to come back. I've already made a couple of people. I look forward to it. If anybody can find a Labubu volleyball ball, let me know. Somehow they want a team volleyball community.
We appreciate you guys coming. Feel free to take some ice cream on your way out. And girls, enjoy the time off. We'll be back in January.